There aren't really that many different weapons in Berserk, so this list wasn't too difficult to formulate. However, I'm obligated by causality to make a video on it anyway. And hey, maybe you guys will learn a thing or two. Here are the top 10 weapons in Berserk, in terms of power, coolness, and just my friggin' personal subjective dumb opinion. Only weapons that are separate from one's person are allowed. That means anything like Ervin's bow in his apostle form is ineligible, but will probably make some wiggle room. And I'm not going to include Shirke or Flora familiars because they'd be hard to rank. So let's get right into it! Number 10. Guts Cannon Arm. Since that first reveal against the Snake Baron, this weapon has beyond intrigued me. A secret weapon used in tight situations. Could this thing actually work? Turns out Rickett would have had to been a freaking mad scientist to come up with and craft this thing in the time period. It not crushing Guts' bone and skin behind the attachment when used is freaking insane, but hey, he's obviously a really smart kid, so he could have worked something out. The weapon in itself is so cool. That tornado stuff Guts does with it sometimes is pretty legit. Number 9. Locust's Lance. Already getting into impossible territory here. Or should I say, impossible? This thing is scary and crazy, dude. There's not much more that can be said about it. How did he get them on both ends like that? Number 8. Salat's a Roomie. Holy shit, this thing was weird. How the hell do you approach on something like this? Seems pretty hard to use, but if you're a master at it, I guess it'd be pretty handy. The thing is, this thing is actually real. Not widely used, and way less so now, but real. In real life, it's not nearly as deadly or versatile, but very dangerous at any rate. Users even wield shields to protect themselves, because these things are likely to whip back and decapitate them. Yikes! Number 7. Isidra's Salamander Dagger, one of the items bestowed to the gang. Alright, so this one seems a little underwhelming at face value, but think of the potential. It could burn through things and is apparently hot enough to melt steel. Isidra's already shown real promise with this weapon, and it's really cool to see Isidro dual wield. Number 6. Salat's Chakram. Talk about tough to approach. Salat's got another, even more frightening tool up his sleeve, at least to me. Not just one either. Oh, and another thing, these things are real too. Obviously nowhere near the capabilities of the ones in Berserk, but still super deadly. In Berserk though, like jeez, they can slice straight into a skull. How are these things even possible? While a Roomie is directly deadly and has some distance, these things basically have no weakness, and the user can be like hundreds of feet away while using it. I mean, they could be caught, I guess. But it's not like that'd ever happen. Number 5. Flamethrower Great Shield. Alright, here's where we start getting into the coolest crap imaginable. Grunbelt's shield is freaking lit, dude. Literally. There's fire in it. It's a humongo defensive version of Guts' arm cannon, pretty much. It literally spits fire. Mad game, son. 1v1 rap battle me, bro. Not only that, there's also weapons hidden behind it that pop out through its mouth. What the heck? That's like unfair. 40 million weapons in one. Number 4. Ervin's bow. Personally, my favorite, guys. This thing is at the peak of coolness. It has an eye on it. An eye on it. Number 3. Serpico's Sylph Sword. Wind, dude. Wind that freaking slices through seemingly anything. This thing is literally just a feather tied to a stick. A pretty magical feather and stick though, I guess. And funnily enough, Puck is somewhat related to the little buggers that float through the sword. Little wind elementals. Sylphs. This thing really has potential and has already been seen to be very powerful when used by the right person. Okay, we're at the big boys now. Yeah, I think you know what's coming up. Number 2. Guts Dragon Slayer. Oh wait, something even cooler than Ervin's bow. Literally impossible. Hundreds of pounds? Yeah, no big deal, dude. However impossible this thing is, it's also exactly how badass it is. Straight positive correlation on the impossible to badass scale. Love this thing, and it gets stronger with every monsto it kills. Whether or not the Sylph Sword could take it is unknown, but since the Dragon Slayer exists in the interstice, it would probably fare pretty well. In my opinion, this is the most signature sword in all media. Fuck Keyblades, man. What even are those things? So, for number 1.5, I have Berserk's Armor, or the Berserker Armor, however you want to say it. And it's not really a weapon, but Jesus, it's so amazing that it couldn't be not included on this list. I wanted it to be number 1. It kind of kills you, but what it gives you in return is invaluable. Paired with number 2 on this list, it's easily the second greatest powerhouse of an item in all of Berserk. I can't even count how many badass panels this armor appears on. Ugh, it's just the freaking coolest thing ever. But you know, that doesn't mean it stacks up to what comes next. Here are some honorable mentions. Farnese's Silver Dagger, Guts' Repeater Crossbow, Grunbelt's Giant Great Hammer, and Guts' Mouth. And the number 1 weapon in Berserk is Skull Knight's Sword of Actuation, or as I like to call it, Skull Knight's Beherit Sword. And then there's this, right? What the fuck? Easily the most powerful weapon seen thus far. It's freaking weird, but freaking cool at the same time. This thing can rip space? Enough said. With great power comes great responsibility. You fucked up, SK. You fucked up. Thanks, Berzoingos, for watching. A lot of decently informative and not very funny stuff is coming up, so be sure to unsubscribe. Thanks!